I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you, and if you in the hot seat, it's times two. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew, but we got the hook up just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? Hit subscribe and that like button too. I heard they want the news.
And what is going on, everybody? So welcome to episode 25 of the Sports Talk Podcast. It is me, Robert from the Philly Sports Talk Podcast, with my co-host up to the other side, Mr. Tyler Coleman. What is going on, my guy?
What's up?
So, before we get into the topics, I want to give a huge shout out to those who actually subscribed to the channel. Actually, last night during the live play-by-play of the Sixers and Dallas Mavericks. So I really appreciate it for those who actually did subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, you texted me last night. You were like, dude, we hit 300. I'm like, what?
We hit 320 in that same night at the same time during that stream. But with that out of the way,
I want to talk about like how much we've grown as content creators, man.
Yeah, well,
because I remember first time doing YouTube and stuff on my account. Our account now. The wrestling channel. We were awkward.
Yeah, a little bit. But
we were a little bit awkward, man, and now we're kind of settled down, and
Oh yeah.
To you guys, man, the 300. Thank you.
That too, and plus, blowing up that stream to over 3,000 views too. Oh my God!
Literally blew that stream up.
Yeah, it blew out of the water. But
I know I didn't.
We'll talk more about that at the latter half of it.
And I know I wasn't a part of that. So, but thank you for
nobody was because I was the only one.
Thank you for that.
Trust me, late night, like 10 o'clock NBA basketball action at 10 o'clock in the afternoon at night, finishing at 1:30 in the goddamn morning.
That game pissed me off though.
But we'll say that to the end. First thing we want to start off is the recap for the NFL divisional round.
We're recapping the divisional round?
Because remember, we had to push it back.
Look, I don't know why we're doing it now, but I'm not going to just recap the entire goddamn divisional round.
Well, not like that, but like give your thoughts on it.
Let's recap the entire playoffs.
God damn! Oh, absolutely.
We were spoiled the entire playoffs.
Not wildcard weekend,
except for wildcard weekend. Wildcard weekend was trash. It was doo-doo.
No, that's absolute garbage.
That was fucking garbage caught on fire inside of a dumpster. Caught on fire.
Basically, 4 fucking blowouts in the wildcard weekend. Like, what the hell?
Including our team, which pissed us off even more.
That's ridiculous, but shit. Now
then we get to the divisional round.
That's where spoiled, but you guys, that's where all football fans got spoiled.
All 4 games ended in a fucking kick.
Yeah.
All 4 games.
Who would have guessed?
And then another.
Plus that was like a thing almost the entire regular season too. Most of the games were decided by a fucking field goal.
But the division round, all 4 fucking games
absolutely.
were
basically walk-off field goals.
I'm like, wow. And then
shit.
And then let's move to the NFC and AFC championship games.
That's something.
The meat and potatoes were those 2 games.
You got the Bengals and the Chiefs.
But the AFC championship game,
I think pretty much took the cake out of because the NFC, I feel like it was kind of weak.
Completely blew the entire playoffs under one.
Oh yeah, because think about it this way: you have the Chiefs, who are pretty much were the favorites to going back to the Super Bowl, rather compared to where you got the Bengals, who are pretty much the underdogs of the playoffs. And we've seen this story before.
That leads to my point. The unexpected happened.
The Bengals upset
We expected the Chiefs to win this game. The Bengals weren't.
I didn't.
You didn't. But I expected the Chiefs to win this game solely because you had.
It's Patrick Mahomes, that lethal offense.
You had Patrick Mahomes, you had Tyreek Hill, you had Travis Kelce. You got weapons on the offensive side of the ball. That defense woke up in the second half of that season, played well in the divisional round against.
Oh yeah,
or they actually didn't play well in the divisional round. They didn't play at all.
Kansas City has always had a bad defense. The only one that actually stood out on that defense was Melvin Ingram III. And somebody else because I can't remember.
I feel like Tyrann Mathieu stands.
Tyrann Mathieu, yeah.
I
also heard he's gonna be he's a free agent at the start of this off season. Actually, that's gonna be interesting where he's gonna. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if he re-signed with the Chiefs. I would not be surprised.
But back to the game.
Shit.
I expected an offensive game because of the
2 teams basically
being bad, but I kind of expected more from the pass rush from the Chiefs. They did sack him like 9 times in that game.
That was the Tennessee game.
Oh yeah, I expected. Well, then again, yeah. I forgot what game was the 9 games.
Yeah, that was the Tennessee game where Joe Burrow is one of 2 quarterbacks, and like we said before, Donovan McNabb's the only guy in the NFL to get sacked more than 9 times and still win a playoff game.
Judging on that divisional matchup between the Titans and the Bengals, Joe Burrow gets sacked 9 times in that game. But then fast forward to the AFC Championship game. The man's going all over the damn place. He got sacked a few times, but not as much.
I think 2 or 3 times last time I checked.
Literally 2 or 3 times. And I expected more from that pass rush.
Oh yeah, and plus we were talking about this too in our preview too. Like the O-line looked like they finally woke up against the Chiefs in that championship game.
They literally were playing fantastic, which I didn't expect because of that divisional game against the Titans.
Definitely.
And so that offensive line woke up at the right time.
And actually limited the damage on Joe Burrow, which let's be real, they need
completely.
And let's be real. I'm surprised that Joe Burrow has not this game. He makes this game look easy to come by.
It doesn't matter if this dude gets hit. He does he got hit 9 times, and at this case, he should have lost that game. Getting sacked that time, but no, he bucked up, made the throws that he needed to, won that game. Played with such poise. He didn't panic. This game, he got sacked twice.
Yeah, twice. Mahomes got sacked 4 times.
Completely still play with poise. He was down in this game. They were down, I think it was 21. No, it was 21-3. No, it was 21-10, I think.
Yeah, 21-10.
At half. And then completely started bouncing back. But let's talk about one of the plays that really was the turning point, in my opinion.
Shoot.
That last goal line play to end.
From Eli Apple?
The first half.
let's be real, because I remember.
Here's the thing, and I'm agreeing with the sports analysts and stuff on TV. They were saying why didn't he throw it in the end zone,
or just take the points,
He throws a check down pass to Tyreek Hill,
and then Eli Apple.
Eli Apple is right on him.
And this other thing too. This is why I think Eli Apple in this playoffs actually is playing something he has something to prove. Because if you look back on after he got drafted by the Giants, a lot of people were calling him a draft bust as he came out of that draft, and we're seeing what he's in the right system. And not just that too. Like, I'll give a tremendous credit to Zach Taylor for turning that team around since coming in there in 2019.
Sure, for sure. Because in 2019, that team was a dumpster fire.
Oh, that was bad.
From 2016 to 2019, that team was a damn dumpster fire.
They were like, but that kind of ties into my second point too. Zach Taylor for Coach of the Year.
I see that. If he wins the Super Bowl next Sunday, he's winning that award.
Oh, that's for certain. Because for a guy,
but then again, I think the honors award is this weekend.
I think so.
So it's not.
There's gonna be some decent. There's gonna be some good candidates. So I mean, I don't know, man. But
when's the honors? Is it tomorrow or was it tonight?
I have no idea because I really don't pay attention to that.
I don't really pay attention to the honors thing either. I just look it up online. Who won Coach of the Year? Who won MVP?
Yeah. But still, what Zach Taylor did, even though 2019, his first year, was all to a rocky start, which was to be expected from a first-time coach. Or not say, first year new head coach coming in, but the fact that he started getting the pieces that they needed, like 2020, they got a handful of good pieces, and then landed.
Hold on, you know who Flemlo is, right? On YouTube.
Yes, yeah, he's a Bengals fan.
This spans way before that.
Really?
They started getting defensive pieces from like 2015 on.
Yeah,
they were starting to build that team.
Yeah, because
I was watching his video. Shout out to him.
Absolutely,
he makes great content. But it spans way before they were thinking about getting Burrow, thinking about getting
Jamar Chase.
They were doing this before that. Way before that.
Despite their owner is a cheapskate, but the fact that they're building.
Here's the thing, Rob. He said this too. Flemlo had said this, and I'm saying this, agreeing with the guy. They didn't need to spend big. They didn't need to get the high-end cornerback or the high-end defensive end or the high-end linebacker.
But
they managed to get okay. They managed to get guys who fit the scheme. Not guys who were high-end cornerback. They didn't go out and
like a big name, or say like Jalen Ramsey, Odell Beckham. No,
let me finish. You're cutting in, bro. But they didn't go out and get a guy like Darius Slay, or they didn't go out and get a guy like a Jalen Ramsey,
exactly,
a Von Miller. They went out and got good players who fit the scheme, and it's working for them.
That's really paying off, and plus too, landing.
So, like I said, they didn't need to spend big.
But it's starting to show.
Yep.
And plus too, not just that. I mean, like you said too, like even though these built from the defensive end of the football, but they've improved on the offensive end too. Think about it this way: without Jamar Chase, without
any of the weapons like Jamar Chase, they would have not been they wouldn't even be this far.
They wouldn't even be here in the first place.
They probably would have still been rebuilding. Still we be like 7-9 or 6-10.
Yeah. But the fact that they have Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and now Jamar Chase, you got a three-headed monster at the wide receiver position. Like say, if Jamar Chase is off, you got two other weapons you can use.
Yeah, you got T. Higgins and the other guy. What you said,
Tyler Boyd,
and
to
go off.
And don't forget, too, Joe Mixon, too, you could also throw in the receiving game, too, because Joe Mixon is still a great running back.
Literally throw
maybe like a screen pass to Mixon, and he'll go.
Literally a screen pass to Mixon, or put him in a flat.
Exactly.
Throw the ball. Like, he's got weapons on the offensive side of the ball, and they did shore up that offensive line. It was literally what they did in the draft. They got Joe Burrow.
Too,
they got
a couple of good, decent offensive pieces,
and then they got offensive pieces after that.
And not to mention too, and their offensive line too. Some of the returning guys are also healthy, and that's what the problem was, because they were also getting banged up. So the fact that they got, obviously, like you said, Ja'Marr Chase to help out, add in to bolster that wide receiver core, and also against a couple of offensive linemen probably in the later rounds. But that, which really is to pay off. Here we are, almost like the fact that the Bengals are in the Super Bowl for the first time in over 40 years. It's like, my God.
The last time they went was the 1988-89 season.
Like, that's against the San Francisco 49ers, and obviously that was a loss.
Yep.
And memory serves me right, that was Joe Montana's final year as a 49er. And the fact that
no, it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't. Remember? No, that was like 90. It was like 90 something, and because he was Remember, he had that little mini beef with his backup quarterback.
Oh, Steve Young.
Yeah, and then
God, I don't remember that.
He got traded for Steve Young to start in like the mid 90s.
Shit, I don't even remember that.
Like, there was like this like mini beef. It's kind of like Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts.
Jesus.
But both of them were great. Not one was halfway decent, and another one was throwing interceptions.
and that's the thing too. It's just like, and I don't know, but Joe Burrow, man, there's something special. This kid is special.
Yo, trust me, Rob. I know I was born in '98, but my history goes back even further.
Yeah, but like I said too, and I said this too. Joe Burrow in the playoffs is a different breed of an animal.
The man, I'm telling you, I knew that he was capable of this. Going back to that college football playoff where he dominated, and then he went to that national championship game against Clemson, dominated Clemson, and you could see on his face
pain.
And in his way, he did not panic. He didn't panic, and that's the thing. And that's what happens with a lot of quarterbacks. That's what happened with Jalen Hurts, and that's what happens with a lot of rookie quarterbacks.
These first timers coming in, they shit the bed and they panic.
They tighten up and they panic. Joe Burrow, he's like, nah, I got this.
That's right.
Dominates the wild card round. Dominated the divisional round. The Joe Burrow to Ja'Marr Chase connection is giving PTSD from Clemson versus LSU. National championship. I have to deal with it twice.
He's a Ravens fan.
Listen. You know what I had to go through as a Clemson fan in that game?
Absolutely.
It pained me too, bro. It pained me too.
But the thing is, LSU.
But the thing is, Rob, even though it was against my Clemson Tigers and I was pissed off,
they had generational talent on that team.
They had good talent on that team. But the thing is,
Ja'Marr, yeah.
But the thing is, Rob, I still respected the hell out of Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase. Respected the hell out of him. I'm like, and the thing that I said, I was like, this man's going to be good in the playoff. This man's going to be good in the NFL.
In the NFL.
And let me tell you something.
The Bengals got their franchise push.
2 years in, I called it.
Leads the team to the Super Bowl.
I was right.
And the fact that he can't even coming back this year from a goddamn ACL tear in a short amount of time.
The man came back with a goddamn ACL tear, not scared to run. That's the first thing. A lot of quarterbacks,
superhuman.
A lot of quarterbacks who used to be mobile and they get an injury and they're scared to run. Carson Wentz. A lot of them, they're scared to run because they're scared to get hurt again. The thing is with Joe Burrow, he ain't scared for nothing. He's like, come at me. I'm gonna play like a dog and try to win this damn game. Come at me.
Like, it's just like, look, what's going on, my guy? What's good? And this is the thing too. Like, this is why when this is why I think the fact that he's in year 2 is just what the hell. It's like
the man's only in year 2, and he looks like an 18-year veteran.
He's playing. He's an elite quarterback. I mean,
I know he is elite. There's no question about it, bro.
Even though I know he's already kind of 2 years in, but the way that he's playing, who knows? Like,
there's no fucking question.
There's no question.
No question, Rob. If he's not elite already, he is capable of being elite. Because that man plays dangerous. That man plays at an elite level in his mind and with his skill.
Plus, and the fact that, like we said too, like he also has a 3-headed monster as in the wide receiver and has a great running back in Joe Mixon. So there's a lot of multiple weapons he can use to beat. And we saw it against the Titans, even though the Titans kind of shot themselves in the foot with the penalties. But I didn't watch the Senior Bowl, actually, surprisingly.
I don't pay attention to the Senior Bowl either. I don't really think that matters to me, honestly.
For me, I just look at the draft prospects or who's going to be in the draft, in my honest opinion. But
Senior Bowl is just another exhibition college game, in my opinion.
But for me, because there's a few guys that are kind of standing out to me when it comes to the draft prospects. Nakobe Dean is one of them. I like Devin Lloyd out of Utah. He's a speedy linebacker. But
when you released that Nakobe Dean video on this channel, I had to look up game tape on YouTube of Nakobe Dean, and honestly, I'm agreeing with you,
dude. He's fit. Like, we need some, and it's crazy for those because me and my buddy here are Eagles fans. We hadn't really had a solid linebacker since Jeremiah Trotta in the early 2000s.
No, we have.
Think about that for a minute.
Here's the thing, Rob. You're wrong. You want to know why?
Or at least a thumper of a linebacker.
You want to know why?
Shoot.
D'Amico Ryans exists.
Oh, shit. I forgot we had. I even forgot we even had him.
D'Amico Ryans was the last competent linebacker that we had.
Okay.
And it pissed me off when we got rid of him for a bum.
But he's doing pretty well for himself as a defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers.
Because he specializes in that. And he was a linebacker. He was a linebacker specialist on the damn Eagles, and we got rid of him. And
yeah. And that's the thing too, like, yeah, and this is why too, like, Nakobe Dean's only 6 feet, 6'1", 225 pounds, but this kid can hit you hard, and I did watch a lot of
that man reminds me of a goddamn Weapon X.
Oh my god, that brings back
fucking Brian Dawkins. He hits you, he decks you. Like, he doesn't just tackle you, he decks you. Nothing.
Don't forget, we also had Sheldon Brown. He's another guy that hits hard. God.
Yeah, like I said.
Rest in peace, Reggie Bush's soul.
Like I said, Sheldon Brown made Reggie Bush die and come back in 2 seconds.
But it's just like, man, who if someone would ask me and say, could you imagine a Super Bowl without Brady, Mahomes, or Rodgers? I say you'd be crazy. But look where we are now.
Let's look back. Look back at the last time Brady was not in the league. Kurt Warner won a championship.
Oh my God! Yeah, 1999, the greatest show on turf.
I was fucking 1 year old.
I was 2 when that happened.
I was 1 year old the last time Brady wasn't in the league. I'm 23 going on 24 in a few months.
Yeah, you're telling me. I'm 24 going on 25.
Just think about it. That's the last time Brady wasn't in the league.
God. Also, huge shout out to his son committing to Temple University. Holy shit! Did you ever saw that?
Who?
That Kurt Warner's son has officially committed to Temple University.
Honestly, I kind of expect, second generation football players, honestly.
The fact that he's coming out of Phoenix, Arizona to come to Philly for school is like, shit, okay.
What if we get Junior? What if we get Junior on the Eagles? What if we get that dude? I'm talking about, that's nickname for his son.
Oh, okay.
What if we get that dude on
Jesus, shit.
Eagles?
fuck. That's going to be very interesting.
That would be interesting. It would be the talk of the league, honestly, but we won't know if he's good or anything, but
we're going to have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see,
But the fact, I mean, congrats to him committing to come across country to Philadelphia and go to Temple University, probably one of my favorite football schools, but that's here nor there.
Honestly, they're not my favorite football school. I kind of make
when it comes to local,
they're not as competent as fucking Penn State, and Penn State is a fucking steaming pile of dog shit right now.
Oh yeah, well no shit because they're man, Penn State shot themselves in the foot basically.
Why would you rehire Coach Franklin? Why would you rehire that motherfucker?
Man, I'm pretty sure Joe Paterno is going to be rolling into this grave right now.
On the outside looking in from the college football playoff every year, and you rehire the guy.
Yeah,
he gets you a bowl appearance. Whoop-de-doo.
And then I think but that's here nor there. But the next topic I want to kind of get your thoughts on: Aaron Rodgers potentially leaving Green Bay. That's going to be very interesting where he's going to go.
Listen, this is all Green Bay's fault. It has nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers. This is all Green Bay. Why the fuck would you draft a quarterback?
Honestly, that was a bad move.
You basically Brett Favre'd.
Oh Jesus!
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God! Let me guess. I'm thinking was that 2005.
It was 2000. I think it was like 2005 or 2006.
Yeah, because that's right. Yeah, because Brady.
I don't know. I think it was 2005.
Rodgers is in the 2005 class.
Yeah, he was in.
I mean,
because he remember he didn't get drafted for the longest fucking time. I'm like.
Yeah, because and which is funny because looking back at it, it's just like now, dude. I think sometimes I feel like the 49ers kind of regret picking Alex. And look, I don't think Alex Smith's that bad of a quarterback. I mean, man, granted, the fact that this dude came out with the same injury that Joe Theis.
This motherfucker was a fucking dog. Okay, he comes back. He almost had his leg amputated,
and probably could have lost his life.
Could have lost his damn life. Almost had his leg amputated, and he was like, "Now I'm fighting this fucking shit. I'm coming back to the NFL."
But not to mention this. Think about this too. He suffered the exact same injury that Joe Theismann did back when Lawrence Taylor snapped his leg on the same exact day, the same exact time. And it's just like shit.
And I think what's scary is it was possibly the same exact team, or no, the same exact the same exact division.
Oof. And that's right. I want to get your thoughts on the Washington Commanders. How basic is that bullshit?
Listen.
I get it, but shit, like you could have.
You know what that is. Do you know what I think that is?
What's that?
That name is some arena football bullshit.
That's what I'm thinking too, because
the Commanders.
And for those, and even with the USFL coming back, there's a team in San Antonio called the San Antonio Commanders.
You're gonna have to rename the fucking team again.
I said because we kind of pick on them because we call them the Washington Commandos. It's like.
I get it. I get the city has political military ties, but come on.
I mean, the best name that I can think of that's coming out of Washington D.C. is either the Capitals or the Nationals. Those are like that's. I mean, those are pretty.
Here's the thing, Rob. Those names were taken.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm just saying.
They're fucked at that point.
So I was like, man, you can probably
call them the goddamn Senators. Wait, that's taken.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, is the Senators taken?
The Senate? I don't think so. I was thinking like the Senators or the Sentinels. Those are the two names.
You know what? I like the Sentinels better. I would have called them
the Red Wolves.
Sentinels. I'll call them the Washington Sentinels.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Washington goddamn Commanders, though.
Like literally, like that's something like you.
That was like
create a team in the Madden back.
The weakest freaking name. What?
You had 2 fucking years to come up with a name.
It took you 2 years.
Are you serious, Washington?
It took you 2 years to get a name.
And now you're also fucked again, too. Yeah. And not to mention, they're also fucked again because obviously new allegations has come out against their owner, Dan Snyder's like, It's like, dude, sell the fucking team because you're
apparently there was like a billion freaking documents, and it was like
that's
a
like,
whole
yikes.
mess, and
that's a whole mess in itself. Has the
and
way
I was watching ESPN illegally on my phone, and they were talking about the whole. There was like a billion documents, and
I was like, yikes.
Oh, and another topic I want to talk about too. There was a college coach that's under fire.
Oh.
And
shit.
players are leaving the team because of it.
Shit. I
forgot what team it was for. There was a special report on it on ESPN the other night, and basically he's another Urban Meyer.
Oh boy.
And it's another Urban Meyer situation, and the team is looking into it. I forgot what team it is. You guys can jog my memory, but I'll probably update that. But yeah, there's another Urban Meyer situation, but in college.
Yeah.
And players are transferring out of the team. And
I want to now shit. Now for those who but then again, also another thing I want to talk about. How about Doug Peterson finally getting another chance in the NFL?
Listen, I know he got driven out of Philly because of that one bad year.
I feel like it's for like the wrong reasons.
But here's the thing, Rob. The thing is, he did the job right in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
But then players started to lose faith in him. The connection was
kind of like funky.
The connection was, gone after a while. Thanks, Mom. And I got food. She brought in my dinner, but the connection between the players and the coach was gone.
Yeah, it was gone at that point.
And there was no turning back. We had to let him go. But
besides, I don't think he was not that bad of a coach anyway. So I mean,
he left with here's the record that he left with: 47-35. He's not a bad coach. The problem that he has is keeping that connection between him and the players. If he can keep that connection, great.
Now, obviously, with the Jacksonville, and this is what I think too. Like, and
he's not going to do no Urban Meyer and start, like kicking the kicker and shit, and kick the kicker in the fucking leg.
Because I think for someone like Doug Peterson, for those who kind of don't know, he actually was a former backup quarterback here in Philadelphia and some other teams. Like a lot of that, which may come as a surprise. I think someone Peterson,
he backed up Favre during their championship season in the 90s.
That's shit.
He backed up Favre. And then he went and backed up Philly in, I think, 98. 98.
I'm trying to think who was I forgot who was the quarterback at the time.
It wasn't. We didn't back up 98. He was a starter. He was like a transitional starter.
Transitional starter in 98.
He was more so what Tyrod Taylor is.
Kind of like a journeyman back, that kind of thing.
He's a Tyrod. He was a Tyrod Taylor. He sucked.
Okay.
He sucked, but he was a transitional quarterback for us getting McNabb a year later.
And what still pisses me off is we still booed McNabb even when we fucking drafted him. I remember that clearly.
The thing is, Rob, we thought there was a better quarterback in that draft. But we were wrong. He made us, eat our words. I'm happy that he did. He proved us wrong. That's all we wanted. Prove us wrong. And he did it.
But at M85, actually, this is a good question, though. Can he develop
Trevor? Can he develop Trevor? That's if he can get a good quarterback coach. If the GM is competent, because what happened in Philly, our offensive line diminished, our defense diminished.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
give you a
little bit. And then he started beefing Carson. If he cannot beef with Trevor over something that's out of his control, then that's fine.
Yeah, and not to mention, too, Trent Baalke, who is the current GM of the Jacksonville Jaguars. 49ers and I talked to a lot of 49ers guys that I know. They didn't like him when he was in San Francisco because he was bad at drafting. he missed on a lot. He was missing a lot of good talent that he had in the 49ers. So I mean,
but here's the thing. In the beginning, he was doing well, and then he fizzled out.
Oh yeah, to mention.
Yeah, that's the thing. He just fizzled out.
And not just that, too. Even before Doug Pearson got hired by the Jacksonville Jaguars, Byron Leftwich was supposed to be the new coach, but apparently he pulled out because he didn't like how Trent Baalke was running things in Jacksonville.
Well, you got a point. And also, I don't know how Byron Leftwich would have done.
That's a good point. So
Doug Peterson, you kind of know what he's capable of.
We've seen it.
Won a championship. Nearly won Coach of the Year that year.
Yeah, true.
He two playoff, 3 straight playoff appearances,
like
5 straight playoff wins.
That's
he can be a great coach for Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, I mean, because he has. This is why I think too. This is why I think Doug Pearson. I mean, say what you want about him, but he has the experience. This is why I think a lot of coaches who have experience should be like the forefront of the. Because if you go with someone with experience, I mean, a la Nick Sirianni, but we're kind of learning that the hard way a little bit. But we're kind of figuring out what he's capable of. And look, it was the same thing when Peterson got in here. We didn't know what he was capable of back then. So, I mean...
And in the beginning, and look at 2016 and 2017. 2016, you could have sworn this guy was... You could have sworn this guy was the worst hire since Chip Kelly.
Oof, that's
kind of fucking sport. Like, 2016, we're thinking, we didn't do any better.
No, I think at the time... What did we finish? What?
7-9.
Where did we...
7-9, I think.
Shit. Damn.
But because he was kind of like what Sirianni did in the beginning of this season. He was pass heavy. He didn't run the ball.
Oh yeah.
Second year, he started doing way better.
Because
running the ball, passing the ball
on the fly adjustments, like later in the game.
Adjustments. Hell, even on 4th and shorts, he would go for it half the time, even though it didn't work. I mean, they worked more than. And then
that's actually not to mention too. He actually led the Eagles at the one point in 2017 actually led the league in 4th down conversion at the time.
Yeah, and they were good at it. And I don't know what happened that 2020 season where he was trying to go for it on 4th and short and they sucked at it. But
yikes!
The thing is, people bashed him for those plays. Those plays worked years prior. They just weren't working that year. And like I said, he could be a great coach for Jacksonville if that GM could give him pieces to build around Trevor, to build around that defense,
and get a good coaching staff around Doug Peterson. If he can do that, I think Jacksonville can be somewhat competent, but they still got a long way to go.
Yeah, they do. They got a really long way to go.
Okay, so my question is, where do you think Aaron Rodgers will wind up? Because I've been hearing Denver's been one of them, but another team that's been kind of very sneaky was the Tennessee Titans, and he was open about the Tennessee Titans, and
I feel like Tennessee is a better fit for him. They got pieces. They're a win now. Denver, I know they're missing only a quarterback. But
there should be like a few more pieces that Denver needs.
There should be a few more pieces too.
Because with Tennessee, even though they have Ryan Tannehill for the next a year or two, like say if Tennessee does release Tannehill, that's almost that's a $38 million cap hit.
Yeah,
that is bad.
Horrid. They gave him a really bad contract.
I'm thinking was it a 4-year, 108?
Yeah.
Like say it was yeah. So it's $38 million is I think it's basically if you round it up, say basically almost $40 million as a cap hit. That's
really say bad contract, bro.
If Tennessee does cut Tannehill, that's almost that's bad.
Horrible. Horrible.
And if I'm not mistaken, too, was it like a 4-year? I forgot what the value was. The
amount it was like a 4-year over like $100 million. I'm like, that's
first of all, number one, Tannehill is decent, but he's not worth that kind of money.
He's decent, but he crumbles in the playoffs.
And we saw that against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Every damn year. He's decent enough to get the team to the playoffs, but then he crumbles.
And just shits the bed.
He throws like he do like 3 interceptions.
In the very first play of the
play of the
game, it throws a pick. It wasn't even like 5 seconds into the game. It's like, what the fuck?
Against the wild card team.
Like, that's embarrassing.
He throws a pick. Like, what?
And not to mention, too, at the time, Derrick Henry was also coming back from his injury. And he had like over 20 carries, if I'm not mistaken, too. At the same time.
20 carries, but he didn't go anywhere half of the plays.
Dude, like,
it was shocking.
Yeah, I mean, Julio Jones every now and then will show up. I feel like Julio Jones has kind of fallen off the last couple of years because it's just like he's not the same wide receiver as he used to be. And I get it, he's getting up there in age, but he's not the same. I mean, he's still a top 10 receiver, but I don't know. I think he's kind of really fallen off the last couple of years. But Tennessee's a very interesting one for Rodgers. But for me, I say, because there was another team that I would like to see is him going back home to California. San Francisco 49ers is a team that, because obviously they have a future in Trey Lance, but if he has someone like Rodgers and have Trey Lance sit behind Rodgers, like Trey Lance can be an elite quarterback just like Rodgers. There's potential.
Here's the problem. That lies with that. You had him sit his rookie year to learn from Garoppolo. You're going to have him sit again, second year?
I mean, no, that's another interesting. Where would Jimmy G go? That's going to be an interesting one to where he's going to go.
Jimmy G. I feel like he'll be a backup somewhere, but I don't see him starting again. Like he was okay enough to make the playoffs, but he's another one crumbles in the playoffs. Yeah,
and not to mention too, he's also banged up too with the.
He also had that arm injury, I think.
Yeah, he had like a torn labrum in the shoulder. He had like a thumb injury too. Like he was playing, and look, I'll give him a lot of credit too for playing through those kind of injuries. But
playing out of his, like he was playing good enough to win games in the playoffs,
but not by much,
not by a lot. Like there is like a few winnable games for the teams that he beat.
Like the Green Bay game, for example, is a perfect example.
Green Bay should have won that game. I think Aaron Rodgers shit the bed in the second half.
Yeah.
And that's where lies a problem with trying to figure out where Aaron Rodgers fits best, because going from Ryan Tannehill to Aaron Rodgers, he was also kind of incompetent in the playoffs. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would still think that would still be an upgrade because you have someone who actually has proven, even though he, like you said, Aaron Rodgers does crumble in the playoffs, but Aaron Rodgers has proven to be a winner. Something that Tannehill really hasn't seen, because obviously after like a career suicide in Miami for God knows how long, I don't even know how long he's been with at the time. But I still think the Tennessee, because Denver, who knows what, like say if he does go to Denver, what the hell are they going to give up? Because they don't have anybody other than KJ Hamler, Jerry Jeudy. I mean, Drew Lock is not the fucking answer for them because he's absolute hot garbage at the moment in Denver. And you got Nathaniel Hackett's already coaching, is their head coach now. Sounds like shit.
I don't know, bro.
And only time will tell. But
yep.
Now, another topic I want to talk about is the Rooney Rule. This is something that kind of really annoys the living crap out of me a little bit. For those who don't know, the Rooney Rule is just like the way you can describe it. It's like basically the rule that kind of like obviously when it comes to the coaching hiring, but it kind of targets the minority end of like say the coaching hires, like a Brian Flores, Eric Bieniemy. Byron Leftwich.
I want to talk about this, Rob.
Shoot.
There's also reports from the coaches themselves, like Hugh Jackson and Brian Flores, that they were paid to lose games. Paid to lose.
And that's another question.
Just so they can get fired so that the teams in question would hire a white guy the coach.
And see, for me, that I feel like that's. And my question is, the question to you is like, do you think tanking should be frowned upon in the NFL? Because for me, I think it should be.
Yes.
Because like, there's no reason why
they should be frowned upon in every fucking sport, dude. Every sport.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, but back to the whole racial controversy going on with the coaches. I'm starting to believe the coaches here.
Because think about it this way, because I've actually looked at a stat like black head coaches that I've in the years past, like a Tony Dungy, they've won a lot of games compared to the white head coaches, which is crazy to see. It's like, but like we're seeing Eric Bieniemy getting passed over. Byron Leftwich pulled out of Jacksonville because he didn't like. Well, and for me, I feel like Brian Flores. I mean, I feel like he has some valid points about the NFL, and obviously with the lawsuit going on, I think he has some valid points he's going to bring to the table. It's because it's like, and the fact that Hugh Jackson, that's shot. See, for me, I feel that's an embarrassment. The fact you're having teams paying these coaches, and from what I've understood from Hugh Jackson, I remember he said he was offered over $250,000 to tank. And let's put that into perspective. Like, if someone offered me that, I'd fuck no. I would rather take my chances. If I lose too many games, so be it. That's just like, it's an embarrassment. Like, and I get it, always a business at the end of the day, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this though. It's just been crazy. It's crazy right now.
I feel like there's a lot of, stuff that's going on with this whole situation. First, it was Brian Flores was suing Miami for the whole firing thing and them hiring a white guy to replace him.
Yeah,
who's a shitty fucking coach, and Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels is with the Raiders.
Oh yeah, that's right. Or still,
I forgot. I don't know who they even hired.
I don't even know who that. I thought they hired Josh McDaniels. I forgot he.
No, because Raiders actually had Dave. They brought in Dave Ziegler, Champ Kelly, and Josh McDaniels over there to Las Vegas.
But dude, they fire Brian. They fire Brian Flores for a white guy, and it pissed Brian Flores off because
rightfully so.
And rightfully so, because he fired a guy. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Why I believe him, right?
Shoot,
multiple winning records,
and he turned the shitty Dolphins team around since he came
into the dumpster fire of a team around, and he nearly made the playoffs 2 years in a row with winning records. And you fire him. You don't give him more pieces around to help the guy.
And it kind of reminds me.
You create a goddamn scapegoat situation to where he gets fired.
And then
we didn't coach him good enough to make the playoffs, so he's fired. No, you didn't put enough pieces around.
The only other the good wide receiver he had was Jalen Waddle, and Devontae Parker fell the hell off. Devontae Parker was nowhere to be found, so to speak, with the Dolphins.
But it's not a coaching issue. The problem is you got bumps,
and it's also the front office who makes those decisions at the same time.
It's all front office, bro. It's all front office.
And the fact, and this is why it kind of reminds me, not the scapegoat situation, but remember when Jim Caldwell got fired in 2014, or 2017 after 3 winning seasons.
And who the hell did they hire after that? A white guy.
Matt Patricia, probably the worst.
Who sucked? Over Jim Caldwell, who was competent.
And the fact that Caldwell had a couple opportunities to actually coach somewhere, the Bears actually took a chance on him, and obviously they went with Matt Eberflus, unfortunately. But I think, I don't know. I don't understand it. It's just crazy what has come out so far. We've seen the fact that he came out.
To me, Rob, to close this off, there's obviously some racial bias going on with the hiring of these coaches.
that's why, and that's the reason why. That's why the Rooney Rule was in place because a lot of teams had to fulfill it.
They're not even utilizing that rule at all,
which is bullshit.
It is bullshit.
But now the question is, since we're kind of talked about Brian Flores, do you think he's gonna still get a coaching job somewhere?
Nope. He's already burned that bridge because of the racist goddamn GMs. They're not going to hire him anymore. They're not even going to consider the guy. At this point, he's out of the damn league because of the bullshit.
And to be honest, I mean, I can't. And look, I know he burnt that bridge, but to be honest, I really can't blame him for I don't either. It's just that I don't know, but kind of move on from that. So I mean, we all know that Jonathan Gannon has been kind of been looked at from different teams like the Houston Texans, the Minnesota Vikings.
Bye.
But we all know that because obviously even with Jim Harbaugh coming up, but even though he's going back to Michigan, which let's be real, probably I think that's the question though. I don't think Harbaugh's going to have any good pieces and going to know majority of them are going to be entering in the draft. Like David Ojobu, Aiden Hutchinson, Haskins, but who knows, man? But I feel like I don't know. What craziest to me, honestly, with Jonathan, because let's be real, we haven't really had a solid defensive coordinator since Jim Johnston, in my honest opinion.
No, we didn't. I know, it's and I knew we had fucking
Schwartz,
Schwartz, who had like a fluke year, and then he just sucked after that.
He just shit the bed, even though.
And then now we had Jonathan Gannon, who literally coached the guys. Let's just have the receivers run through us and not defend anything.
And not to mention too, he also like playing the saw coverages to these prevent schemes, which I mean, I get it. I mean, it's preventing us getting wins, but shit, like prevent schemes ain't doing jack shit in the NFL. And number two, like I don't know that, and not blitzing two at the same time when the play calling needs it at the same time. Shit, but
the only time prevent defense should be in play late in the game. You know, you already won the game.
Okay, yeah. That makes perfect sense.
That scheme, that prevent defense is basically a sportsmanship type freaking scheme. You're giving them a free score because we ran the table and blew them out. That's it. That's when prevent defense should be used.
Or take like the I think one game we could probably make it a comparison to. Take the Detroit Lions game. Even though the Lions were bad, even though we run the score on, we actually used that to let them get on the board. Think about that.
Like I said, it's a sportsmanship thing. It's a sportsmanship scheme that only should be used if you're blowing a damn team out and you're feeling bad enough to let them score once. That's it.
And it's just like, and I know we had a lot of different coaches coming through over the years, but man, and you probably make an argument there's some like bad ones we had. I mean, Rich Kotite probably in the 90s, that was a bad one right there. Shit. I think everybody hated it. Oh, Jesus. But I think
I looked up his stats, right?
Oh, boy.
That man was fucking piss fucking poor.
God, even for, like nowadays, he probably made look like Jim Schwartz and Jonathan Gannon look good. He was so piss poor.
He would make Hugh Jackson in 2015, 2016 look good.
Jesus.
And that dude was probably getting paid the fuck off to lose.
But yeah, it's just like I don't know. Like, say we do, like, say Jonathan Gannon does get a coaching hire, who the hell are we going to have to replace him?
Somebody better than him, obviously.
Because there's a few guys that are on the market for defensive coordinator. To me, you still got Mike Zimmer still out there. You have Vic Fangio.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind Vic Fangio.
And I said too, I wouldn't. This is why I think a lot of Eagles content creators basically saying, bring Vic to Philly.
I wouldn't mind Vic Fangio.
Because it's like, if you looked at what he did in Denver, I mean, he was an okay head coach there, but their defense was...
Bro, their defense was smothering people. smothering people.
And it kind of got me thinking, it's like, shit, can we just bring him to Philly as our defensive coordinator? Because I think with Vic Fangio, and this is why I think this is why I like Vic Fangio too. Obviously, he's a veteran defensive coordinator, but I think he could probably make the most. Obviously with the draft coming up, Hallie, please do not fuck this up because I will be fucking pissed.
He's looking. He claims that he's looking for defense, so let's hope he is.
But, man, this draft this year is going to be very interesting to really take a look at. Despite, I don't remember a draft year that's been defense heavy, with pass rushers, cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers. I don't even though there's some decent quarterback prospects, which I feel like there's a few teams. I feel like even when I did my first round mock draft, kind of pull some ideas from it. For me, the first guy I took off the board for us was Nakobe Dean, obviously to really get that complementary piece to TJ Edwards. Another guy I actually kind of picked up too was cornerback Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson. Dude was a stud at Clemson. So I mean, and I think 19th I actually picked a center with the 19th overall pick, Tyler Linderbaum out of Iowa, just in case unless you break Jason Kelce with a couple of kegs of beer. That's crazy. That's funny, but shit, that's crazy. It's just crazy too. It's just like, I don't know though. I don't think Kelce wants to retire. I don't think he doesn't feel like that way. Neither does Brandon. I know Brandon Graham wants to retire, but I don't think Brandon Graham. And this I also picked up this too. Like losing Brandon Graham to that ACL injury or Achilles hurt us badly.
Oh my god, dude! When I saw the inactives for that wildcard game, I knew we were fucked.
I was like,
losing Brandon Graham. I'm like, shit. If we would have had him, he would have got the Brady all freaking day the entire game.
I mean,
like he did in that Super Bowl, which is the final Super Bowl loss for Brady. That's when we beat him.
And even freaking you see, Nick Foles actually posted a picture of him shaking hands with Brady. He's like, shit, I don't know if he's doing that to be a sportsman or is he just doing it to troll. I'm feeling he's going to be the troll him.
He's being a smart ass. He's obviously being a smart ass.
That's why I think Nick Foles. This is why I love Nick Foles because the way he did that is like shit. That's funny.
Him and goddamn Eli freaking were smart asses when you retired.
That's absolutely true. But shit, my tablet went to sleep mode. But I know kind of get off topic a little bit here. Obviously, kind of go switching to the NBA. Obviously, I saw the updated ladder. This guy is leading the pack for the MVP race over Nikola Jokic. And I think Giannis is number 3 in the ladder. I was like, shit. That's a great. Oh man, that's tough. I mean, look, I have a lot of respect for Jokic, but I think, you got Embiid and Giannis, probably the 2 better players. I think for me, I feel like Giannis is a little bit better, in my honest opinion.
I can't believe we had goddamn the first seed on the line last night, and we shit fucking bed.
Are you? Yeah.
I was so pissed watching that game last night. I was like,
"Oh, don't not get me started." At that fucking, dude choked that third quarter. That's what.
How the hell do you choke that fucking third quarter? I don't know.
It's fucking Doc Rivers we're talking about here.
Yeah, I mean, but here's
then again, also some players too.
Rob, piss me off when you do that. It's Doc Rivers.
I'm not.
Oh, it's Doc Rivers' fault. No, it's the team.
Well, part of it is Doc Rivers, but the way he coached that third quarter.
Some of the coaching scheme, yeah, it doesn't work. But don't put him like he's in the same light as goddamn that other coach that we had before the motherfucker.
That's even worse, man. But
that's worse.
I think one guy I would like to see back with the Sixers. I think for me, the one coach I enjoy watching was good old Larry Brown from the 2000 Sixers team. That team was shit. That was
the only problem that I have with that team was that they were injured and they were
playing that's true.
Legs and fucking.
Because if I'm not mistaken, the only ones that were healthy, and God, was it? I know Mutombo was healthy. AI was healthy. Who else? God, I remember was it Eric Snow or is it?
Literally the only one that was healthy.
How the hell did I still remember his name? God damn.
Literally the only one that was healthy was Iverson. The rest of the team got hurt because Mutombo got hurt in the finals too.
Right. Shit. Now I want to get your thoughts on the Kobe Bryant or the NBA kind of doing a hey, what's going on, Key? Shit. I didn't really see you come in the chat.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, so my thing is, or my question is, what are your thoughts about the NBA doing something with I think it's their MVP, their All-Star MVP, naming after Kobe Bryant. For me, it's like, man, I mean, I feel you could take it one step further, but that's awesome. That's an awesome first step right there.
He had a legacy, and that legacy will never die. And they're just keeping it alive doing that. They're just keeping that alive and keeping it well and keeping it.
So kind of, could you him and Shaq wearing the Sixers uniforms back then? God damn!
Here's the thing: we keep repeating ourselves with this shit, and we've said it. If they were on the
Sixers, that's a dream come true that we could have had. But hey, look, even Shaq and Kobe played with the Lakers. I still can't hate the two. I really can't.
Yeah, even though they had beef later years, but that's neither here nor there.
But still, probably the greatest two players in the 2000s. I might be wrong. There's probably other better ones, but I feel like Shaq and Kobe pretty much dominated the 2000s.
They were really dynamic as a duo in the early 2000s. But then, of course, Kobe loses Shaq in 2006 to the Heat, and then.
Wait. Shaq played with the Heat in 2006? Holy shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. That was well known. He was.
Right. I'm a fucking idiot.
It was him and Wade. It was him and Wade.
Right. I forgot about that.
That was when he won the title the first time.
Shit. I completely forgot about that.
And then there was questions. Can Kobe do it by himself? 2010 happens. And Kobe does it.
And honestly, God rest his soul, man. Yeah. Just if you look back, if you like, obviously I know my buddy Eric. I know his Lakers are absolute shit, but I do kind of feel like I don't know. There's something about Kobe Bryant that I get it. He's got ties to Philly. He came out of Philly, but just the fact you'll see him, a clip of him celebrating with his young. God, Gigi, man. What could have been probably a star in the making? But shit, God rest his soul. God, 2 years. Shit, that's just.
I keep playing in my mind, and that video of him watching the Super Bowl.
That's just like,
and him celebrating.
That hurts.
It's plays in my mind a lot ever since he died. And
it's just like. I don't know. It hits differently now. Looking back at it, it's just like shit that he's probably one of the greatest basketball players of all time. I mean, I know you got Michael Jordan and others up there. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
And I shared it after you shared it, Key, because when I saw that, I had to share it on my page too. But the thing with that video is that. Back when it first happened, it made me smile. Now it makes me now. Here's the thing: it made me smile then, but now it makes me smile and cry because
it's just like, yeah. And what could have been Gigi probably would have been the next. So probably the next month. Well, her version of Kobe Bryant.
Calling this right now. If Gigi was still alive. In the future, she probably would have been WNBA's champion.
Oh, definitely
would have been a champion.
And the fact that she committed to probably one of the best women's basketball programs in the country, in the UConn, that'll do it.
Yeah, that would do it.
But rest in peace to the Black Mamba himself and Gigi, man. Shit.
And all those people that were with them. Rest in peace to you guys too. Y'all haven't forgotten either, so
Nah. She committed to UConn, but I really applaud UConn too. After that, they actually had a jersey made for her. I think
I applaud the NBA too. What they did for her, they put her in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely,
they put her. I think they put her in the Hall of Fame, or they drafted her. No, they drafted her.
But dude, she's like, I don't know. It feels like when after 2 years, like it hits different, you know, like it's just like seems like it feels like it's like a dream you cannot wake up from, but it is in reality. But I know, kind of go. We got one more topic and kind of give our final thoughts before we wrap it up here. What are your thoughts about David Ortiz getting to the Hall of Fame? That's an interesting one.
We covered this last week, and I said it was good. It was great, man.
Oh, shit. And which is crazy. It's like, for those people don't realize, like, he actually started with his career with the Twins. I didn't fucking know that.
That's why fucking know that. I'm like, wait, when did he play for the fucking Twins?
Yeah, if you look at it as a rookie, he was wearing a Twins uniform back in the late 90s.
I'm like, I've only seen him in the Red Sox uniform. When the fuck did he play for the Twins?
He got DFA'd, if my memory serves me right, back in 2002. Got picked up by Boston in 2003, and we all know the rest is history with David Ortiz as a Red Sox.
That's like seeing, other players playing for fucking other teams. Like, when the fuck did he play for that dude? Like I didn't even know the name. Like I didn't even know prior to
2003.
Hell, no. Let me talk about fucking Pedro Martinez for a second. I didn't even know he played for Philly.
Oh my god!
I didn't even know he played for Philly for a year. I'm like, wait, when did he play for Philly?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, we traded for him in 2009. If I'm not mistaken,
apparently we did. I'm like,
it's like shit.
I'm like, when the fuck did he play for us?
Now, my thing is probably the biggest trade we pulled off was acquiring Roy Halladay. Who would have thought us would have got someone like him?
Yeah, I know.
God rest his soul too, but
yeah.
God damn.
So any final thoughts, Rob?
Not really, but can't wait for God. Hope you guys I forgot what I was thinking about. I just had a brain fart. God damn it! But kind of my final thoughts is like, if you guys are ready for the Super Bowl, man, shit, give us a hell yeah.
And open up a can of Steve Weisers too while you're at it.
Yeah, but
no,
I really hope you get.
Yeah, my final thought, Rob.
Shoot.
I'm ready for next weekend.
I think we all are ready for next weekend.
Because there's a lot of intrigue. There's a lot of intrigue going into this game.
Oh, Key's got the Rams. That's interesting.
Oh, you got the Rams, huh? Oh, I think you're doing it for Matthew Stafford, which I agree with.
I respect that.
I respect that too.
Shit. Another final thought. If you want to choose see, that's another hard. Like we said in our preview too. That is a hard. These are two hard teams. It's hard to choose.
It's the thing. If you choose one or the other, both of them are right answers.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like there's no wrong answer. It's just like, fuck, this is gonna be pain. This is gonna suck. It's like, do I want to go with a year two quarterback, or do I want to go with someone like Matthew Stafford, who, let's be real, Detroit fucked him over to the point where, like, oh yeah, Donald deserves one too. Like the fact that this guy, the way that Donald has played the last handful of years with that team,
Donald's a fucking beast.
The fact he's also making history too, like if he gets another All-Pro nod, that's 8 straight consecutive seasons of an All-Pro nod to Aaron Donald, which
he's gonna get it. He's a beast.
Shit, dude, Donald is not human. But hopefully you guys will be ready for Super Bowl Sunday, and but I got nothing else to add to that. But
me either, man. No, this is
with that being said, show. I know it's a little bit of a boring one because I know it's about 8:30 at night, so we yeah.
There wasn't that many topics anyway.
I know some of it because there was we'll talk basically. Let's see what's the key. I wouldn't be surprised.
What?
If the Rams win, she's getting a jersey. I would not be surprised.
Shit. I mean,
hey, that's what I didn't want to.
Here's the thing. I would get one anyway because their jerseys are clean as hell. I love their jerseys.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
I wouldn't mind either getting a Stafford or an Aaron Donald jersey because both of them are great players. Hell, I'd get an OBJ jersey even though he played for a goddamn rival.
Even though OBJ and he proved that OBJ still has a lot left to prove in the tank,
and he's humbled. So it's like I respect him a lot more because of it.
Oh, definitely. It's just like it's hard, but I can't be mad. Like it looks, I can't be mad at whoever wins or loses. I really cannot be mad at that. I really can't.
No, and honestly,
I forgot about Cooper Kupp. He's another guy that's really kind of popping off for the Rams.
Cooper Kupp,
Triple Crown winner.
Cooper Kupp is
Cooper Kupp. He's one of 3. Shit, who else? Because he was like it's him. He's on the list. Like the great Jerry Rice is another guy that won the Triple Crown in the NFL. It's like, yikes, that's crazy. And I forgot who else. He's one of the 3 players to win the Triple Crown in the NFL. Shit, that's tough. But well, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll probably have another one soon. But with that being out of the way, this is Robert and Tyler from the Philly Sports Talk podcast. We are out of the building.